Hey dear friends, welcome back again. We are so happy you popped over again to see what we are up to today. Of course, for everyone who is new here, welcome. We are Janny and Dyanne and we hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, of course, we hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone who is here and is not subscribed to our channel, we hope you will click the red subscribe button, give us a thumbs up and tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. Like we always say, enough talking, let's jump into today's inspiration. And you see already, everything is on the table again for a new DIY inspiration. We are going to use the smaller tumbling tile blocks, my container with everything inside, but you choose for yourself what you use for this DIY. Especially, I hope you're going to use the wood glue because the wood glue is better than the hot glue. And maybe if you have the hot glue with the wood glue, then it's perfect. But for this DIY, the hot glue is really tricky that it doesn't fall apart. So I hope you have also, it just has to be only a cheap brand, so it doesn't cost too much. I have here my paint, and of course you can choose any color paint you like, or spray paint or wax, something else. I have here my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel to wipe away the glue. So these are the main things we need for this DIY. What we're going to do, we are going to make a kind of a bench, a bench with a swing. So we're going to see how this will turn out. So the first step will be, of course, 3 rows of 4 blocks. 3 rows of 4 blocks. We're going to do some on the top and over here, and we make 1 row out of it. So you glue 3 and number 4 is the closure up. You do 3 blocks and then number 4 you just place against the other one and over here. And of course I don't use a carpenter's square, but you can do it, of course, if you like to work with it. It's totally fine. I always do it with my fingers because I'm also used to it, and I'm a little old stubborn lady, so maybe that is the problem also. So I'm going to squeeze it this way, and make sure that you have it in a straight line, and we're going to wipe away, of course, the top because we want to have a clean surface on the top. So always make sure that you have your space. We're going to give it a couple of minutes dry. So the next step of the bench will be, because this will be the underside of the bench, we're going to take 1 block of 4. We place 9 loose blocks over here. So we have this one over here. We have 9 loose blocks. What we're going to do, we're going to get we glue on both of the sides on the tops, and we place one of them over here. We do here the same, some glue, and over here, and we place them on this corner. Just place them together, and this one, of course, also over here. Make sure that you have a straight line. We're going to get another one over here and over here. We place this one in the middle. You have 4 blocks in the middle of between 2 and number 3, and again squeeze it in the middle. You're going to get another block, and you do on both sides. And now you don't do it exactly in the middle, but a little bit more to the middle piece. So over here this way, and we do here the same, some glue on top of here, and this one. And we do this one also a little bit more to the inside. Now we're going to get another one, and we're going to fill up the space. But this is just your own privilege. If you don't want to have too much of the blocks, it's also fine too. I'm going to place this one now in the middle of this one. We're going to do here the same, and I hope that I have a kind of equal spaces in between. But of course, this is wood glue, and you can easily fill it in the way you like it. And you can change it up now a very long time. We're going to place this one up. We're going to place this over here. And this one. And if you are thinking, now he's not totally in a straight line, just redo it. And I'm going to place this one over here. And I think already that I need to place this one a little to this side. Over here. And I think this one a little over here. I have to go because I want to have a nice So, and now we're going to get the other one of number 4 pieces, and we're going to place this one against here. Make sure that you have them fitting nicely in each other, and you're going to give it lightly some pressure. Of course, make sure that this block is also fitting inside, because you don't want something is sticking out. And now you're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So we gave it a couple of minutes. What we're going to do, we have the last of 4. What we're going to do, we are going to give it a little glue on the underside. So this way over here, and we're going to place this one straight up to the back side. So very carefully, and feel with your fingers on the side that you have a straight line, that it doesn't stick out, and then give it some pressure from the underside, not from the top, or else you will be going forwards. So under here, and just give it some pressure and keep it against these fingers over here, and then you're going to give it some pressure over here. And now we're going to let this dry in, and now we're going to do the back side of the bench. For the back side, we have 2 rows of 4, and we're going to glue them the same like we did with the sitting area of the bench, and this will be the back of the bench. And of course also you can change it up any way you like. I'm just giving you something I did, but be my guest, do whatever you think it's right. And let me know if you're going to make this one. Let me know how you made your bench and give your own twist on it. So I'm going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes again. So you see already, I have here 7 loose block, 7. So it's a little bit less than with the other one, because we're going to do the back side a little different. We have our 4-piece. What we're going to do, of course, we're going to do some glue on this side and on this side. This will be the same. And we place this one in this corner. You have another one, you do the same. And over here, and we place this one in this corner. And we're going to make sure that everything is fitting nicely inside. Take your time for it, because later you will be happy that you did it. Now we get 1 loose block. We're going to get some glue on this side, and we place this one in the middle of 1 block. We do here the same, some glue, and over here, and we place this one in the other direction, but against each other this way. So take also your time for this one. Make sure that you have it on the place you want to have, because you want to have a straight line in the back side. And of course I have to look for that I have it straight, because this way. Now we're going to place this one. Of course, first we're going to do the top and the back side, and we're going to place this also in the half. We do here the same, do some on the top over here, and we're going to place this one against each other the same. And now we're going to very carefully place this on top. And the only thing I did forget, I see already, I didn't glue some glue on this side, on the tops, and on this side. So don't forget to do the top side the way I did it. Again, we're going to place them over here, and now we're going to fill it up with this one, and we're going to carefully press it together so we get a nice texture on this side also. Again, and if this is not totally straight, you're just going to work with it and feel the that you have it in the same direction. So how easy is this to make a texture in your back side? So we're going to let this dry in for at least 10 till 15 minutes. So we are going to let the back side and the sitting area dry. We're going to get 4 blocks. Very easy. We're going to place this one down. We do some glue on one side to the other side, and we're going to place it down. And this way we're going to do here the same, some glue on this side and on this side, and we're going to place it down, and we're going to fill it up with this one. So very carefully make sure that you have a straight line, feel that everything is inside of the block, And we're going to wipe away the glue as best as we can, of course. And then you can easily see if you are outside of the line or not. And you see already I need to go to the inside a little. So, and this can go a little to the outside, this to the in. And we're going to let this dry. We have again 4 blocks because we need 2 arms. We're going to do the same. We do some glue on both sides. We place this over here. We do here the same. And we place this one against here and place this one over here. Squeeze it. Feel with your fingers that you have a nice line again. And we're going to let this dry in also for a couple of minutes. So now these 2 are also almost dried, not totally. We're going to get the underside of our bench. That is this one where you glued also an extra layer on top of here. So this one, we're going to do some glue over here. And this way we're going to place the back side on top. Before you're going to do your glue on top of here, always look for which one is fitting the best. Maybe I need to turn it over or something else, and do that before you glue it. Of course, I did it also already, because not every fitting is fitting nicely, but sometimes when you turn it around, or maybe do it this way or this way, then he fits perfectly on top of here. So that's what I also did. So again, make sure that you give it some pressure from the top, and then you feel with your fingers if you have it in the line you need to have it. You see, this needs to come out a little over here, and you're going to immediately take with your fingers the glue away, and this one needs to go a little to the front. And then we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes, but be sure that the sides are even. That's the most important. So you see, I gave the bench a couple of minutes. I'm going to turn it over again to myself, of course. We are going to get one of the arm rest, and we're going to do some glue on the underside. So very easy, do some glue over here, and we're going to place them. I have to show it to you already this way. You have some glue on this side, and you place it in a straight line with the sitting of the bench. So not the back side, but the sitting area. So you see, you give it this way. And we do here the same. We're going to turn it. We do some glue on the underside, a little line. And we're going to place this one also over here, but in the same length as the sitting area. And again, going to squeeze it. Not too hard, because your glue is not totally dry yet. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes. In the meantime, we are going to wipe away the glue, of course. We're going to get 2 blocks, and again 2 blocks. So we're going to do the tops, some glue, place it together again. We do here the same, and place it together again. And make sure that this one is also in a straight line. Wipe away the glue. And we're going to give this also 10 minutes drying. So in the meantime, while these 2 are drying, we're going to get a row of 4 blocks. And this is also for the front of the bench, and this will be for the armrest on the side. So we're going to do some glue on the tops and row them together again. So you need 3 with glue, and number 4 is again the closure up. You're going to squeeze it, make a straight line, and wipe away the glue again, because you need to keep a clean surface, or else everything is gluing on top of each other. And you see already that is falling apart, and this is falling apart, but it doesn't matter. Just get it, squeeze it again, and let it dry for 10 minutes, and it will be stuck as possible. So now we have our 4-piece. What we're going to do is very easy. We're going to do some glue on the top of our bench, because I want to give it a little bit more like a high-end look. So of course I'm going to place this one over here. Make sure that the front side is flat and the back side is sticking over, because you don't want a sticking over piece on the bench on the front side. Except when, if you really enjoyed it, it's also fine too. But I want to have a flat surface on the front side, so over here. And this way I feel with my fingers, and on the sides I have to make sure that everything is straight. Now I'm going to get some glue on the top of the armrest, this way, and I'm going to place my piece, but you see already he is longer and I want to stick out on each side even. So again, of course, I do a little bit of glue on this side, so a little drop, so over here, and then you also can make sure that you place it on the bench, so you have an extra piece which is gluing on top of each other. So again, over here, we do here the same. We do some glue on the top side, and we do a little drop over here, and we're going to make sure that we place it on top of here. Of course, I have my glue a little too low, and I'm going to place this one over here, and I'm going to let it rest for at least a half hour. So this is how our bench is turned out. Of course, I want to show it to you this way so you can see, and this is the side and the back side. And of course, we didn't do some legs on it, but if you like this only as a bench and you don't want to make the swing of it, of course, you can do a couple of blocks and you can make some feet under it. You can make a total frame under it, the same like this one, and then do it on the underside and the front side and the back side, just the same one like this one. And you do this on the front side and on the back side, then you have a really unique little piece for a bench. So you can also do it that way. So I hope I make sense that, I mean, the sitting area, if you just do 4 blocks and 4 blocks, place 9 blocks in between, you place this on the front side and you place one on the back side, then you have a real unique little bench. And then you don't have to make the swing. Of course, I'm going to make the swing because I made already a lot of benches. So if you want to look for benches, go check out our channels, because on this channel and of course on my All About Christmas channel, I made so many different benches. So if you want to see them, check them out. Of course, I'm going to let this dry and we are going to go further with the swing. So now the bench is finished. Now we're going to make the swing itself. I don't know if I'm going to let it swing really, because I want to use the bench as a decorative shelf, kind of a shelf, but in the shape of a bench, of course. So, but you can do anything you like. Just see what I do. If you don't like it, just change it up. I have here 2 times 4 blocks. So we do very easy. We do some glue on this side and on the top, place it down. We do this one on the top only, place it together. We do here the same, this side, and we place this, and we do here, of course, just against each other this way. And now we have 4 blocks, because we're going to start on the underside of the swing to give it some feet to stand on. So again, we do some glue on the top, on the side, place it down. We do this one only on the top, place it together over here. And this one only has to be in the middle. And we're going to place it down and place this one down. And then everything is glued nicely together. So make sure that you have a straight line. And we're going to wipe away the glue and let it dry for at least a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while these 2 are drying, we have 4 rows of 5 blocks. This is for one side, 4 rows of 5. What we're going to do, we're going to do some glue in the middle, place it on top. Do some glue in the middle, place it on top. Do in the middle, place it on top. And we go on, and this is already one of the sides. Because on each side we have 2 stands of standard, and the last, and we're going to place it down, squeeze it, place it down, squeeze it, place it down, turn them over, and this way, and then you can squeeze a little bit harder because you want to that it is nicely squeezed together, because we want it as tight and strong as can be. And we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So we gave all 10 of them a couple of minutes drying, and you see I have still the smallest sides on the top, both of them. So what we're going to do, we're going to roll them together, do some glue, and over here, and place them together, and do this one over here, and the last with glue, because number 5 is the closure up. And very carefully you're going to squeeze it, and now from the ending, and make sure that you have a nice straight line, as much as you can have. We're going to do for this time, for this one, for this one, and the last. And we're going to place this also together until one piece. And we're going to squeeze it, and make sure we're going to wipe away the glue. And the best what you can do, because sometimes the blocks are a little crooked, see, also you see already they fall apart, just also turn them over and make sure that you have them equally together. And you see, this is so easy. You could just fill it up again, squeeze it up, and you can easily make it together again. Also over here, turn it over, and make sure that you also have this side in a straight line. So now I'm going to give them a couple of minutes drying, and then I'm going to look for if this is a straight line still, or else I still have to redo it. And in the meantime, while these two for this side are drying, I have already 4 rows of 5 again, and I do the same for the other side of the swing. Of course, I just place it on top of here, and I do this a little faster, because or else you get very bored. Maybe some people are already, I don't know, but sometimes when I hear myself, I think, oh my, you have to listen to squeezing, pressing, straight line. You have to listen to this all the time. But of course, a lot of you enjoy it, so that's the things what keeping me doing this, because a lot of you are having fun and making the DIY, so I'm really happy with that. And of course, now you place it on the side again. You're going to squeeze them this way and this way, and the last, and then we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So I gave them a couple of minutes, and again we're going to roll them together. You have here the longest, smallest sides, and that's where you is looking on the top. So again, place them together, and this one, and number 5 is a closure up. You do here the same, and here, and this one, and number 4, and number 5 is also here the closure up. You're going to squeeze it gently together until one piece, and you do here the same, and with this one, and you're going to squeeze it. And of course, everyone who is here and also watch a lot of other beautiful creators, you will probably have seen more bench with swings. Of course, there are so many beautiful people who are making the most beautiful DIY. So of course there will be, but I always try to make mine a little bit different, and I hope when you are going to make it, you also are going to make it in your own unique way, because that's what we like. See DIYs which are unique. Of course, maybe the ideas are sometimes the same, or maybe sometimes you take an idea from that person, but always make sure that you change it up and into your own taste and your own home decor. I don't know if I say that right. I hope I say it right. I think you already know. What I mean is, of course, there are so many ideas on Pinterest, on YouTube, on every platform, but of course always try to give it your own unique twist on it. That's only what I try to say. And there are so many beautiful creators everywhere here on Pinterest, on YouTube, so go check it out because they are amazing. So I'm going to let it dry in. So now we have already the 4 poles we need from 2 on each side for the sides of our swing. But now we're going to do the top, and the top will be also 2 of the poles, and of course we used it, but you see that in a moment because I have no idea if I say it right, but I think I do. I think I do. We need 4 rows of 6 blocks, so 1 row of 6, 2, 3, 4 of 6 blocks. So we do the same because we're going to make sure we glue some in the middle, place them on top, and here place it on top. We do the same like we did with the side, and I think because I placed it a little double all the pieces, I think it gives a little bit more like a high-end look. Of course, if you think it takes too much blocks, then just do it ankle. Then you don't have to do them double. Then you just glue 6 blocks together, and that 2 times. 2 times 6 blocks, that is more than enough if you don't want to double it up like I do. And for the sides you don't do 4 times 5 double, but you do 2 times 5 blocks. So that's easy if you want to do it ankle, but I like a little bit of the it gives a little bit more body, and it gives a little bit more structure. So, but maybe you think, oh, this is much too many blocks for me. I totally understand, because the blocks are always tricky to find, and of course also if you use a lot of blocks, it's not, it is expensive, but you have most of you have the luck that you can buy them cheap. We have a little bit more difficult to get them also, and are less in a package, and of course they are more expensive. They are 3 euros, and of course in dollars it's a little bit similar. But you have 75 if I'm correctly, and we have 54 blocks in a package, so it's also a lot less than the most of you have. So we're going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes. But before everyone thinks, how many blocks did I use? I never know how many blocks I use. So always make sure that you have 4 until 5 packets of tumbling tile blocks laying around, or Jenga blocks. Then you're always fit to go. So 4 until 5 packages, and you can make every DIY. So I gave all the 12 pieces, our double pieces, some rest, and now I'm going to row them together the same like we did with the other one. So you do some glue on the tops, and you just place it this way, and this one, and number 5, and number 6 is of course the closure up. We're going to squeeze it, and the last, and then we're going to try to make one piece out of it. And again, feel with your fingers if you have a nice straight line again. Of course, we're going to wipe away the glue so we can see it a little bit better. And again, feel it, and then we're going to let it rest. We're going to do here the same over here, and number 4 and number 5, and then we're going to carefully press this one also together, and this one, and then we have our 2 pieces for the top. But first we're going to let this dry in, because we don't want that it breaks while we are busy making our frame. So these 2 are drying also, but I was thinking, why don't I make my bench 2 ways, so you can use it in your swing, and you can use it as your just in your decor somewhere. So I'm going to give it 2 cute little legs. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place this block on top of here, and this one on top of here, and I'm going to let them dry in for at least a half hour until an hour, so I can easily get my handsaw or my jigsaw or something else what you have laying around. I have both of them, but for this kind of pieces I use most of the time my jigsaw, and you can easily, because it's only a thin piece, I'm going to saw them exactly in half, so I get 4 little feet. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to get the so I can, oh my English, so I can use 4 little legs, so I can use my bench in 2 ways. I can place it in the swing, because my swing will be a little different than you probably will think, and I can use them as just as a bench and place them somewhere in my decor. So I'm going to let this dry at least for an hour. So what I'm going to did, I gave my stands at least a half hour until 45 minutes. I'm going to get one of the blocks of 6. So this is the row of 6 blocks. I'm going to get one of the 5 and another one of the 5. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue them on top of here. So very easy. Do some glue on the tops over here, and we're going to place this against each other. We do here the same, and we're going to place this against each other this way. Make sure that you have a straight line, give some pressure. We do here the same, and we're going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to do this also with the other piece, but I do that a little faster because that's the same like what I did. You just take the 6 part on top, you do the 2 or 5 you do below, and you glue them against each other. So this will be under the piece of 6 this way. So now our frames are dried, but they are not totally dried, so I have to be careful still because I want to show you what I do. I have here the 2 feet we made at the first of the frame. This is the 4 pieces glued together. We're going to go this way. We're going to place this. And what we're going to do, we're going to place our frame upside down. So we place it this way, and we do some glue on the feet. Over here, we do some glue over here, and we do some glue over here. What we're going to do, we're going to place this one over here as a measurement, and we want to have this in the middle, so over here. So I'm going to look for that I have it where I want to, this way, and now we're going to turn it over, and I'm going to try to get them over here. But of course, with the first and the second one, you need 1 block, and you use it as a measurement. You use it in the middle of this block and place it just loose because it's only a measurement. Place it over here. Make sure that one of the poles is over here and one of the other one will be over here. That there is no more space than this 2, because there will be, against this 2, there will be a block. But you see in a moment, if I tell it don't write, not write, just bear with me, it will come, don't worry. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to make sure that I have it over here. This is already 1, and I'm going to let it fall down over here, and I'm going to look for that I have them in the same direction, and over here this way, and I'm going to give it some pressure over here. And when it is glued together, I show you exactly where I place them, because you see now a lot of glue. I am going to get my brush, my small brush, and I'm going to wipe away the glue, because or else you don't see anything. And this way, and now in a moment you can easily see where the stand is, because the blocks are also here in half. You can easily do the half of this one, because this is 2 blocks, here is in half, and this one is also in half, so you can measure out easily that it goes to each other this way. So this, and now we're going to give it again some pressure, because we want that it glues nicely. Now we're going to get the other frame. We're going to turn this one also on top, and we do some glue also on the feet. Oh, I will pull you a little bit closer. Don't worry, there you are. I'm sorry. Now you can see a little better. We're going to place this one, also some glue, and here the same. And of course, there is still a chance that my frame is falling down. So if it does, don't worry. It just happens sometimes. Now we're going to place this over here, and we're going to look for that we have it in the same direction. But of course, look for that there are you see, I still can glue a block on top of here. So I'm going to place it over here a little bit this way and this way. Then I'm going to press it down, and I do here the same. Press it down, and I'm going to let this dry at least for an hour and a half. So I placed you back again, and you see already the stand. It's so easy to do. Now when you see it, it's easy. It's always a little bit tricky because the top is, in my case, not totally dry. But if you are smart and smarter like me, then you wait a little bit longer. We are going to get 2 double blocks this way. The same like we did with the 2 we did in a moment, which we will use as some feet. But this will be on the side, so we're going to glue this one on top and this one also on top. And we're going to let it rest in for at least 20 minutes before we're going to glue them on the side over here. This will be over here in the height, and here will be our bench will be hanging on top of here, because I don't use a rope. But if you're going to like it better with some ropes, it's easy. Then you do some little hangers over here and on this side and this side, and make 4 pieces of rope coming out, and then attach them to your bench. But I want to do it different, not the same like other people have. So I'm going to shove in my bench, so the bench will be hanging on top of here, and you can easily get it out and also use it as only as a decor piece. So we will see how this will turn out. So our frame is already a little bit dried up. Now we're going to get our blocks, and you see already we need to have them pointing up is the smallest line, so not one of the widest one. Oh, here you are, sorry. So not this side has to come be up. No, these two, the smallest lines, have to be where the 2 blocks are coming together, which this one has to be up. So we are going to do some glue on this side, on this one, and on this one. So a little bit over here. We're going to place it this way, and now we're going to 1 block, 2 block, and we use this the top of the second block we are going to use as a measurement, and we are going to keep this on top of here. So this way we're going to give it some pressure and keep it in place for a little moment. So don't go over to the 3rd block, just use the measurement for the 2nd block. So we're going to keep it in place for a little moment. Don't squeeze too hard, because at least my poles are not totally dry yet. So I'm going to make sure that I keep it in place for a little moment, and I do on the other side the same. So now we're going to do also the other side. We have the 2 smallest blocks coming together. You see here the middle of the line. We're going to do some glue on this side and on this side, and we place it again at the connection with between 2 and 3, and we do keep it under, so we stay on the block number 2. And again we're going to do this way, and we're going to squeeze it and try to make sure that we keep it in place for a little moment until it is drying in. But of course you don't have to wait for that. So you see everything is dry. Now we still have our double blocks, which we will use as our legs for our bench. We are going to measure out the block size, and the block size is 5.1 centimeter, 5.1. So it is very easy just to do them in half. So I'm going to get my marker, and I'm going to do 2.5, a little bit more, but of course you don't, it's a little bit tricky to measure out perfectly. We do here the same, and again, and over here, and we're going to make them connect with each other. And it's always tricky to get a straight line this way. So I'm going to get my jigsaw, and I'm going to cut both of them in half, and then we have 4 little legs for our bench, and then we're going to glue them under there. So you see here I have my 4 little feet. It's just simply a block in half. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on all of them, this way and this way and this way. And now I'm going to turn my bench over, of course, and I'm going to glue them. And I use the wider side for the front, not the half blocks which are coming together this way, but I use the full block for the front. So of course I have to look for that I have it in a straight line and this way, and I'm going to place it a little bit to the inside. I do here the same, also a little bit to the inside, and the other one of course on the back side, and this one also over here on the inside. So I'm going to, you see over here, I placed this two a little bit more to the inside and this two, both of them on the outside, but not totally on the outside, because if I turn it around you see it a little better. I have a little edging over, so of course it's a little bit difficult to see with the glue, but you see in a moment a little better. So I did wipe away the glue, so now you can see the feet a little better. You see this, the front side are a little bit more to the outside of the corners, and these two are a little bit on the inside, more on the back side, you see over here. So I'm going to let them dry, and of course we're going to now decorate a little bit with half balls. I have a bag full of my half balls. You see already a little bit over here in different sizes. I'm going to use a smaller size, and I'm going to decorate a couple of them on the bench on the back side, and a couple of the wooden balls on the back side of the top side of the frame. So you see already the top of the bench. I have here my 4 wooden little half balls. So I'm going to do some glue on top of here, place this one on this corner, and I'm going to do this one. And then you can buy this kind of wooden balls everywhere, because I always order them online on AliExpress or maybe Temu, just what you like and which one is cheaper. But you also can, I think you can find them at Dollar Tree, a lot of you. So I'm going to look for that I have them a little bit more to the outside, because or else it is not even. And this way I'm going to press it down. And I'm going to let them dry. So the bench is drying, and I'm going to do some wooden half pieces also on this side at the ending, on this side at the ending, and it gives a little bit more like a high-end look. But of course maybe you like more like the glam is also fine. You can maybe do some little stones over it. You can change it up any way you like. So the last pieces, and then we're going to paint. And of course I'm going to use my creamy color, but you can do any color you like, and you can do it for each season, because a lot of pieces I made already, and also drifted pieces I bought, I painted them already so many times, so you can change it up anyway every season at all. Oh, you see already they are moving. And this one. And now we're going to let this dry. So I'm going to, like I told you, the creamy white chalk paint. So I'm going to take my time for painting all the pieces, of course. It is a little bit of a work because I have all the openings, so I didn't make it myself easy. So I'm going to take my time and paint both of the pieces separately, because it's easy. And you see, this bench is also very cute, just to sit around just in your decor, and of course hanging in the swing, so you can do it both ways. So you see already I painted all the pieces, and right now I'm going to let this dry, and you see in a moment the quick impression of my 2 ways bench swinger, because you can, like I told you, you can use it as a swing, and you can use it of course as a bench on its own. So you will see in a moment how it is decorated. And you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling Tower Blocks 2 ways swing set. Of course, you can see right now the bench itself. So now you can decorate only with the bench. And in a moment you will see also the bench on the swing set. So don't worry, you will see both ways. Of course, everyone, I hope you give this one a try. And everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw. It's sometimes a little bit of chaos, but of course, always always, I hope a lot of fun. And everyone who is here only love to watch, I hope you had fun watching again. And if you're not subscribed, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. And for everyone who wants to see more DIYs, come on over to our description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. Hope to see you there. Have an amazing day. See you in the next one. Bye.